What is up, followers? We are back. I've been talking in a British accent all day with Hallie, which has been a joy, but I will spare you the accent. So it has been brought to my attention that people would like to hear more about the content that we are learning about. So I'm on my lunch break. I just brought groceries for the week. Yes, but I had a cool story happen today, or a cool thing happen. So I was checking this lady out. She was probably like 80, and she was like, can you have somebody help, like, can you send someone to help me fill my car with my groceries? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so then I was like, I just like turned my light off because I was like, oh, I can bring it to you, like I can help you bring your stuff to your car. And so I walked out to her car with her, and she had a Pray for America sticker on the back of her car, and I was like, are you a Christian? And her name was Carolyn, and she was like, yes, I am. And I was like, oh, when did you become a Christian? She was like, well, I became a Christian when I was 6 years old, but I became a spirit-filled Christian when I was 40 years ago or something. I was like, oh, praise the Lord. And so anyways, that was very sweet. And then I was like, can I just pray for you before you go? She was like, oh, I would love that. Can you please pray for my knee and pray that my children would come to know the Lord? And I was like, oh, I will pray for that. So anyways, just thought I would share that story because it was very sweet to meet another believer. And like all the people that I've helped bring stuff out to their car, which is not very often, have been believers, which has been really sweet. So anyways, thought I would share that. But last night we had theme night, so every Monday night we have dinner, and then I sang on worship with Hannah Bronner, which was really sweet. And we sang a song called Heal Our Land by Carrie Job, and it was just really sweet. I had never heard the song, so I learned it for worship, and it went really well. So it was good. But the theme of this week is Missions Week. So this guy named Tim Devane spoke and talked about how there are people, there are just like how many unreached people groups there are in the world. And he said, the thing that like really stuck out to me is he said if every Christian shared the gospel to every unbeliever that they know, there would still be 2 billion people that would not know or have access or would not hear the gospel. And I was like, oh my goodness, like that is just so sad, like how many people don't have access to the gospel. Like there are so many people around us that could just go to church, or like youth group, or like have neighbors or whatever that could share the gospel with them if they're an unbeliever, like in America or in different countries. But they talked about the 1040 window too, which is like latitude, longitude, of like, it's basically like North Africa and then like India and like Southern Asia. The 1040 window of like, those are the most unreached people groups. And so I did not even know that. It was just like so shocking to me that people, like that many people didn't have access to the gospel. And so he was just like, basically just like saying how important missions is, and just like seriously be praying about it and thinking about it if that's something that like God would place on our hearts. And so I was never like closed off to it, but it really made me think like, man, I should really pray for this and see if this is something that God has for me for the future, to go to the unreached parts of the world and share the gospel with them. Because I would say as of now, my dream would be to like, or my hope for my life would be to graduate from Bethel with a nursing degree and have a family and like be really involved in my church, which would be great. And I know the Lord could use me in that, but maybe he has something else and maybe I should go somewhere else. So anyways, if you would want to join me in praying for that, and I encourage all of you to, I don't know, that he talked about like, he was like there, I think it's interesting, he wasn't saying that all people that like choose to stay in the States to like do missions like where they are at, he wasn't saying that like it's all for ease and comfort, but he was like, it's interesting that a lot of people do choose to stay, and like there can be an easy like it can be easy for people to slip into wanting a comfortable and easy life, but life like on mission with Jesus like is not going to be easy, and we're not called to have or live an easy life or something like live for our own pleasures. So it just made me challenge, like even if the Lord does call me to live in the US and be a part of a church and be a nurse. Like I shouldn't like aim for like a comfortable life to like make the most money, or like, I don't know, even feel like secure, like financially. Like one of the talks that we had earlier was about the cost of evangelism and the cost of living a life with like the gospel, like living a gospel-centered life. And it just made me think, like, my life is not my own, like, because Christ has died for my sins and I'm so undeserving of that. Like, I should want to like give my life and tell everyone I know about the gospel, and like not aim for ease or comfort or like the things that I want. So anyways, I've been thinking about that a lot, and would encourage all of you to think and pray about that, and to fight against living a comfortable life and wanting to be really successful, because the most important thing is that we would share the gospel with others and tell them of the good news. Earlier in the summer, they shared the quote that, like, I think I might have already said this in a video, but like I don't remember who said it, but some person said, like, how much do you have to hate me to not like share the gospel with me, or like share the good news, because if it could save your life, like, the guy was like, how much do you have to hate me to not say that? And I was like, oh man, like, it seems like, oh, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but it's literally the best news you could tell someone, because we're all searching and longing for something more, and Jesus is the answer. So anyways, that is what we have been learning, and so I'm starting to pray if the Lord would will for me to go out of the U.S., or maybe it is to stay in the U.S. But this life is not our own, and we are His. And like I said in the last video, or 2 videos ago, the Lord will take care of us wherever we are if we are His. So I hope you are encouraged by that. I've been really encouraged, and am excited to see what the Lord will do. But like and subscribe. I'm going to have my lunch break to eat lunch. I think I'm gonna I made some rice and chicken, and I had Chick-fil-A sauce left over from when I went to Chick-fil-A, so I'll eat that. I have some peppers and hummus, and the eating down here, it's been pretty good. There have been a lot of like snacks, like working at Walmart, there's so many snacks that you want to try. So I feel like I've been eating a lot more sugar than I should be, so I'm trying to have the meals that I eat be substantial. But yeah, so anyways, I am grateful for all of you. Thank you for following the journey.